All right, guys, what's up? So I know a lot of people have been extremely interested in this $141,000 contract that we did just sign yesterday. So I want to be, you're constantly in groups like these, you're constantly learning, you're constantly being pushed into these communities. And the communities are constantly saying, give more than you take from the groups. And that's one thing that I wanted to. I've made it the comment multiple times in these groups when responding to people and DMing people, and even on some of the Zoom calls, is I would not be where I am today personally. ROI would not be where we are today if we dammed up that flow of knowledge. We are not where we are because someone else withheld information. We're where we are today from mentors. We are where we're at today from learning from people like Billie Jean that are willing to give out knowledge and power and education. And we wouldn't be where we are today if we stopped that flow of knowledge, because we believe too much in karma and that good things come to good people as long as you bust your ass to do it. So who are we to withhold this information that is not rightfully ours? So I'm going to be as transparent as possible as I can on this video. I am going to protect some very sensitive information, but what I am going to show you, and I've already shown one of the contracts that we wrote. I pulled up the wrong contract. I'm going to have to, hold on, before I share my screen, I'm going to have to pull up the correct contract I want to show you because I want to walk through with you guys and show you guys exactly how we get to some of these deals and how we structure some of these proposals, because that's the most important thing. And that's what we teach and what we educate on, is the fact that your ability to impress these big ticket businesses all comes in with the fact that they want to see. That is the actor agreement. Where is the video agreement? That was an ad spend proposal. Let me type in video, because that was for a video ad spend. Commercial ad spend? How did I label that? Sorry guys, I hate to distract or be distracted, but what I am trying to do with this is I'm trying to do a live video, and I'm wearing my glasses for a reason, so that I can be as 100% transparent with you guys. Okay, cool, I found it. 100% transparent. So there's one thing that I hate in groups like this are people who say that they make all this money and they're this and that, whatever, and it's just a big kahuna competition for them, and they get their rocks off on coming in here, shitting on the little guys, acting like they know it all, even though they're nowhere near where Billie Jean is. And they make up all these numbers, and then of course they get called out, like, oh, show a tax return or do this or show a check stub, and then it's crickets. So I'm doing this video live. Of course, I am going to have to edit it to edit out the sensitive information, but I'm wearing my glasses. You'll see that there's not a single cut scene in this. It's all going to flow together. The only edit that's going to come in is me editing out the sensitive information, but I digress. I wanted to show you guys, and there's been a lot of questions coming up in in this, like, oh, y'all have already been an established business and this and that. How do I get to where y'all are at? Guys, we have been public for 4 months. 4 months. We started the business January 1st. Now, again, I'm going to be 1,000,000% transparent on everything I speak on. You can go back and fact check me all you want. We have been in business since January 1st for ROI, and we have literally doubled in sales every month since then, and are continuing to. In this month alone, for the remaining fiscal year, since we started April 1st in this challenge, we've closed out a little over $250,000 for the remaining portion of the year in 2 weeks. and you'll see some of that in this video here. But my point is yes, we've been in business. We're an already established business, but it's only been 4 months. But again, with me being transparent, again, yes, we've only been public for 4 months. It took almost an entire fiscal year to lay the foundation and to start this business off on the correct foot. We have employees. The way we're not big enough to pay them as W-2 employees right now. So what we do is we have employees, but they are paid as 1099 independent contractors. I'm not going to get into everything as far as that type of stuff goes, as you know, how to protect your business, you know, with LLCs and all that, and taxes and insurance for employees and things of that nature. But that's the way we've operated our business. So yes, we have been an already established business only for 4 months. But then also, I don't want to make it sound like this has been just some sort of easy turnkey situation. It took us almost an entire fiscal year to get both to our launch, and from our launch to where we're at. The reason that we have been making the progress that we have is hard work, dedication, as well as the foundation we laid. Now, again, some of our team members, we have multiple team members, myself included, that have been in marketing for over a decade, just for other businesses. So now this is the first established business that I have started for myself for marketing. I've owned a couple of other businesses in the past. I'm part owner in 2 other businesses right now. But what we're speaking on is marketing and how to get from point A to point B. And even with me being in marketing for almost as long as Billy has, a decade, as much training as I've gone through, I'm still, guys, I still learn. Like, this is literally just from, I still take notes every day on multiple courses. I'm actually taking this course as well as another marketing course as we speak. I'm already certified in everything that we offer, but the social media and the digital arts is constantly changing. There's no way to know it all. Constantly learning. And that's a big key to where we're at, because I've got a lot of people too that's like, oh, well, some of these numbers that you're throwing out here aren't necessarily from what Billy's training, so why are you claiming them? And that's incorrect, because what he's teaching right now is work ethic. He honestly hasn't even taught. I mean, he's given out some tricks, and he's given out some services that you can use that you may not have known about, some tools for you to use. But what he's really teaching you is work ethic. And that's the differential here. You know, there's been a lot of talk in the group about, you know, your goals and this and that. And you see some people posting, you know, $1,000, $2,000, $3,000. And then you got some of us that are like $40,000, $50,000, $100,000 goals. And that number, that money is out in the world to be made. The only difference from the 1,000, 2,000, 3,000s and the 40s, 50s, and 100s is work ethic. I've been self-quarantined. We self-quarantined ourselves 2 weeks before it became a national situation, 2 weeks prior. So now we're in our week 5. We're finishing today's week, the end of week 5 of self-quarantined. I've worked 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. every Monday through Friday, and then sprinkle a few hours on Saturday and Sunday. My wife's pissed off at me, but she understands that we're building the foundation to something phenomenal here. And the work that we're putting in now is what sets up my daughter for the rest of her life. I'm not out here doing this for anyone in this group. And I mean that by no disrespect. I'm doing that for myself and my legacy with my wife and my daughter. That's my why. But what I'm doing right here, I care about you guys. Do you think for a second that I give a shit about you potentially taking one of my clients? Absolutely not, because I guarantee you, and this is how I honestly feel, and I think that this is why what Billy feels as well, because if I take a client from Billy, good, Billy didn't deserve him. And I bet you Billy would say the exact same thing. And what I'd say to any one of you guys too, I'm giving you this knowledge, and if you can go out and sell one of my customers, one of my clients, if you can go out and close a deal that I can't, good for you, because you deserve it, because you worked harder than I did to acquire them. And so I'm not worried about giving this information out. This information is literally a give back. I'm doing this because I do care about the economy. I do care about marketing and digital as an industry. That's why I'm doing this. But I'm doing this not for you guys, but for my family. This is the reason ROI has gotten to where it has, is because I wake up every day and I know that if I'm taking any time away from those two women in there, that I'm going to maximize every opportunity I can. So with that being said, me sounding like an idiot, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to go through these contracts, and I'm going to show you that what it takes to close these massive accounts. I mean, you're talking about both of the companies that I'm about to show you. These companies are over $10 million a month. I mean, they're 120, 140. I think one of them made like $250 million last year. We've got a couple of 30 and $50 million companies we work with. But the way you close these versus companies that are making $100,000 and $200,000 a year is you show them the proof, you show them the analytics, you go out there and do your research before you even approach them. You talk their lingo before you approach them. If you come to the conversation and you can't speak like them, you will not talk to them again. You won't make it past the gatekeeper. So you have got to do your research. I mean, think about it, guys. When we're pitching, you know, $6,000, $10,000, $20,000 a month in retainer fees alone, you've got to be on your shit. You've got to know what you're speaking about. Otherwise, they're not going to bat an eye at you, and they're going to they're done speaking with you, because why would they pay someone who then they have to go train on their industry? You've got to come prepared. So all these contracts and all this, well, two of these are going to be contracts. One's going to be a proposal. The proposals, and we write all of our contracts and all of our proposals the same way. We keep everything consistent. Consistency is key here. But you're going to see how we approach them. And it is very specific and very targeted. In the video, the proposal that I'm going to show you, I've already shown in the past, just still images. I'm just going to walk you through it. So you again, transparency here. You can see through my glasses. There's no cutscenes. I'm walking you through this. There's no editing. There's no smoke and mirrors. And honestly, I could give a shit less if you think it is. I'm literally showing you some very valuable stuff here. And my hopes and dreams and goals is for you to take this knowledge and go provide for your family the same way that I am. So let me go ahead and share my screen. All right, so the first one that I'm going to show you is the $141,000 contract. So essentially what we do is, we present them, we give them an overview of exactly what we're going to be doing for them. And then obviously there's been some phone call conversations that come into play. This contract specifically is for video work for a client that we've dealt with already. So this is an added value of, $14,000 a month. And essentially the way this contract is written up is the company will profit about half of that. We do have to pay our employees and our contractors. So the business will keep about half of that, but you're talking about, $7,000, almost $8,000 a month in profit is not bad at all, guys. So we give them the intent, we give them the goal, we structure the video very, very specifically, and these times are correct. And then this is all, again, based off of proposals that have been gone over, and then as well as follow-up conversations. We literally lay this out for them, and all this is very fluid. This can all be changed at any point in time, but this is the way we approach these guys. We give them they didn't ask for this. They didn't know that we were doing this for them. We went ahead, did our due diligence, did our research, and came up with the information that we knew was going to actually impress them. And that's how we were able to get this signed. And this is actually incorrect. That should actually say 100, but we went over that on the call. So this is the proposal and the signed contract for the 141,000. Next, I'm going to show you, this was our strategy approach for one of the commercials that we're actually running ads for, and how we're going to spend their ad spend. This specific client is going to be spending $15,000 a month on this project. So when you've got clients spending $15,000 in ad spend alone, they want to know that you are the expert and you're going to spend their money correctly. So here we're going to do split test strategy. We're going to split test the audience interest. We're going to split test video length, audience demographics, and then finally we're going to split test lookalike audiences. And how we come up with that is their competitors will split test their competitor audiences. We'll split test the retail carriers. We'll also split test just different interests. And then our video split test will come in. Your 30 seconds are going to be your hooks. Your 90 seconds are going to be informationally based, and 60 seconds is going to be a good medium of both. We're going to split test their audience demographics based off what we've seen works in the past, as well as some testing. We go over some potential reach. Then we go over their budget breakdown, how we expect to spend their money. And obviously, as you all know, when you're running ads, you're going to have some that perform way better than others. So once we start seeing some way outperform others, we'll turn off the dead end and allow that ad spend budget to optimize to the one that's best performing. But we're not going to make that call until we know we have enough data to say, okay, we already have a winner. So this is how we split down their budget. Then we go through and just kind of give them a little bit of a follow-up. We then give them discussions on their calls to action on, where do you want to drive the traffic to? We go back over the objective and what's the objective of the entire initiative. We leave them a couple of notes, and this was our proposal. Got one more to show you. So this is another one that we have going on right now. We did end up changing a lot of this, but this is how we initially wrote this contract for this client and what all they received for this. And that is the signed contract there. So, I mean, that's about as transparent as I can get. Like I said, sorry, some of the stuff I had to blur out was sensitive information, but this, take this information and apply it to the way you operate your business. I want to see everyone be successful. I want to grow together. I want to show you what it's like, that it's not anyone that is making more money than we are is 99.999999% because they are working harder than us. It's not to say that we're not going to get there. It might take us a little bit of time, but I guarantee you our results, your results, are a direct reflection of the amount of effort that is being put into it. And I can't stress that enough. I'd love to help everyone out. We've had several phone calls with a bunch of people in these groups about white label opportunities. We're more than happy to speak with you guys on that. I just cleaned off a bunch of room on my personal Facebook to start adding everyone. So send me a friend request and I will accept it. And if I fill up again, I will delete people. I like surrounding myself with like-minded people. I don't have time for bullshit. I don't get involved in drama. You'll see I'm a little jokester and stuff, so I play around on my personal wall and stuff. but I've got a fun life. I love my wife, I love my daughter, I love my business. We have a good time, but when it comes time to work, we work, and when it comes time to play, we play. And so that's who I am. That's the story of Zach Williams. So please let me know in the comments what you thought about this video. If you like what you see, shoot me a Facebook friend request. I'd love to stay involved with you guys. Just know that shamelessly, I will send you a invite to like ROI. Respectfully, I hope you do. But I hope nothing but the best for everyone here. Thank you, Billy and the team, for this platform you've given us. It's absolutely incredible. Like I said, don't let the excuse of, oh, I can't reach those numbers, Zach's already been in business, blah, 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 blah. I'm still here, still training every day. Billy Jean's training is the first thing I do. When I wake up at 6 a.m., the first thing that I do is I watch Billy Jean's videos, and that is literally what sets up the foundation for the rest of my day. I'm constantly learning. I will never know it all, guys. Never know it all. And there's things, there's people in this group that are making a shit ton more than I am, but there are some people that are looking at me saying, oh, I'm never going to get there. That's not the case. And I would love to talk to you guys, because there's something that that I don't know. That, the flow of knowledge is never ending. And I'm a firm believer in that. So I love talking. I'm going to hop back on here later this evening and do my beer and brainstorms. They won't let me do a Facebook Live anymore. So what I'm going to do, I've gotten a bunch of questions from the last one that I've done. I've gotten a bunch of questions from the group thus far. And so I'm gonna drink me some beer. I'm gonna talk about them. And then in the thread, what I want you to do is record a video of you asking your question, and then post your video in the thread as a comment. I'll watch your video, and then I'm going to record a video, again, drinking more beer probably, and respond to your question. I want this to be as interactive as possible. I'm having a blast in this. I'm learning a lot from you guys, and just constantly speaking about marketing and constantly speaking about business is what keeps my mind fresh and what keeps me on top of things. I mean, I know that you guys can relate when you're in there in the shower and you just can't stop thinking. You've been in the shower for 45 minutes now, the water's cold, but you haven't done anything because all you're doing is thinking about work. I've seen a lot of people talk about, thank God that I'm motivating some people. There's a lot of people in here that are motivating me, but, saying like they can't go to sleep at nights because of some of the things that have been said in the group. And that's what this is all about. That alone is worth $100, guys. It's that motivation. So I hope that I'm able to motivate some of you guys. You guys are motivating me. Every time I do one of these videos, it's making me better. So I appreciate it. Love you guys. And I can't wait to see y'all later for Beers and Brainstorm. Talk to y'all later. Zach Williams, ROI Marketing Firm.